How many marriage proposals would it take before you finally just gave up? 8772 Radio U. I have a couple here in the UK sharing their story of how they got married after the 43rd marriage proposal.
What?
Allie's eyes just popped out of her head.
That's crazy.
And I showed you this already. It's still shocking.
Yeah, because 43 times is insane.
Mm-hmm. Who even has time for that?
Who has time for that? And also, what guy is not giving up after, like, I don't know, 5?
Yeah.
5 times?
I'll tell you what guy. This guy.
Apparently.
A guy that's in love.
Very in love.
This couple's from the UK. The woman's name is Sarah. The man, Luke. They're now in their late 30s. And they're sharing their story now. They got married earlier this year, back in May.
Okay.
I believe they got engaged in 2023. That was the 43rd marriage proposal that Luke had made to Sarah. And she finally said yes. The story going back to the beginning is when they started dating, he proposed after 6 months because he was already he knew.
He was in love.
He knew she was the one.
Okay.
But she said they had both gotten recently out of serious relationships. And so at the time, it just didn't feel right.
Okay.
And then he went through a string he was doing these elaborate proposals over and over again.
Just for her to say no?
Yeah,
That's
because
so
he was trying to prove to her how serious he was.
Oh.
And trying to, convince her to say yes. And eventually...
And she kept turning him down.
He, rented out a castle in Prague in the Czech Republic.
Why was this girl turning him down?
She wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready. Well, I mean, just because you're engaged doesn't mean you get married right away. Mm-hmm. You can have a long engagement.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it's also a big step. So.
I mean, it is a big step, but I just feel like this is a little dramatic to turn somebody down 43 or 42 times, technically. That's, yeah.
I feel like so eventually what happened was she talked it, they had a talk, and she's like, you need to stop with the proposals.
Yeah.
We just have to wait on this for a while. And then eventually the proposal that did win her over, I guess he did take a break for a while. So then this next one was unexpected.
Oh.
So 42 proposals in, she's like, you need to pause. I feel like you would have had that conversation maybe sooner.
Maybe a little before then.
And looking at the stuff he was doing too, the money he had to be blowing on setting these things up.
That's what I'm thinking. None of this could have been cheap.
No. But... this is so sweet. They were in Greenwich, London, where the Eastern and Western hemispheres meet to form the base of the Greenwich Mean Time Zone. And he hired a busker to play her favorite songs and said, "This is the center of the world." That's debatable. "And you are the center of my world, and I want you to marry me." And that's when he won her over.
Wow.
And she said yes, and then they got married.
So not even the most elaborate proposal,
nope,
just more
pretty simple,
sentimental and, personal, and that's how it got done.
That maybe there's a lesson to be learned there.
I think so.
But now she's saying after they've been married, she's like, I want this to be a lesson to the other ladies out there. She says, if they're the one, they'll put in the effort. You don't have to say yes if you're not ready. You can say, not right now. I think that's true. I think that's a good point.
I think that's
true. But also
true.
42 times is a lot of times.
Yeah, don't let your boyfriend have to go through it 42 times before you finally have a talking to with him to be like, hey, you know what? All this money you're spending on these proposals, just give me a little bit more time. It's nice that you're doing these things, but I'm just not ready yet. Maybe you should have had that conversation after 2?
Yeah.
1?
I mean, 2 is an unusual amount for most people.
Right. I think 1 would be enough to let him know, hey, I'm not ready for this yet. It's not that I don't want to marry you.
It's not no forever.
Yeah. So this seems a little bit like maybe she's obsessed with herself. I don't know.
Maybe say, instead of not right now, give him a specific time frame.